My name is Kavitha Melwani and I am a multi-certified intuitive success coach. I want to personally welcome you to Aligned and Soulful Success, where we empower soulful empaths, sensitives, and conscious leaders to confidently align with their purpose and opulently shine their light without the hustle. Together we will explore challenges and real implementable solutions so you can step into your unique purpose and shine. It is possible to bridge the success that you already have with the truest, soulful, mystical parts of yourself. Are you ready to rise up? Then listen in. Are you an empath and want to become an entrepreneur? Or are you an entrepreneur and maybe you're not reaching the level of success you want, or have reached some kind of blocks in your business? Well, then these next few weeks are for you. Now, I know I have listeners that are not entrepreneurs, and I don't want you to feel left out. As an empath, I want to include everyone. Know that there will be value for you as well, because what I'm going to share are some tips to help you if you're an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur. I have some great interviews with empathic entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, and they're going to share their challenges and the things that they've had to overcome, and actually tips and strategies for your success. I will also share some common mistakes that I see over and over again, some that I have actually made, as well as mistakes that I see with my clients. And my hope is that after this next series it's going to be about 6 episodes, then you will feel some renewal and you will be ready to move past the next step in your journey. And to start this off, I will have for you a special free gift that I've just created. I've created a couple of new free gifts that I'm excited to share. And so my hope is that through all of this, that you receive something of value. That's always my hope here. And so next, in this week's episode, I want to talk a lot about why I think empaths can be great entrepreneurs. So a lot of times when we look at the world of entrepreneurship, of business ownership, it seems like it's not made for someone that's empathic, right? Now, this might be changing as we see that there are heart-based businesses. There are businesses that are there to help others, and that the message of making a difference is becoming more and more important. So as this dialogue around business ownership is changing, there is still the dominant belief systems around business. And so when I hear from empaths that they want to start a business or they have a business, they feel like they have to do it all and maybe fit into that definition of what a business owner is. And they just don't feel like they fit. And so oftentimes an empath can hold themselves back because they don't want to be identified as what is an entrepreneur. That doesn't feel in alignment. And that might be consciously or actually an unconscious process. Or they just don't feel like they're cut out to be an entrepreneur. And I just don't believe this is true. I think right now, especially, the world needs more empaths who are entrepreneurs. We need the deep feelers of us to come out and share our gifts. And as we share our gifts, there's a ripple effect that will impact the world at a deep level. And if you're in hiding right now and you're an empath and you have this vision of something that you want to create, I'm going to tell you it's time. It is time. So why would you make a good entrepreneur? Well, you're a deep listener. And so as a deep listener, especially if you are going to work with people, which if you have any type of business, you need to work with people, right? That is so helpful. And right now I feel Like, there is so much noise out there, and the loudest people are the people that are being heard. And while those of us that are more quiet, that maybe are more introverted, or really don't want to be the center of attention, can often be left behind. And that is not okay, because the gifts that we have to offer are amazing, and it's time for you to step forward. So that can be one of the reasons that an empath is a great entrepreneur, is that they are a deep listener. They're not trying to take all the attention on them. Their goal is not for everybody to look at them. In fact, it often makes us uncomfortable for that to happen. Instead, we really want to help. We want to make a difference, and we want to listen. Okay? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that other people are not like that too, that are non-empaths or non-sensitive people. Okay? Just saying that this is tends to be a strength that we have, and that can be used to be a great entrepreneur. And believe it or not, this can be used when you are connecting with potential clients. This can be used with business partnerships and collaborations. This strength can be used when it comes to even connecting through whatever marketing channels you're going to use. This is such an important skill, deep listening. And this is one of the many reasons that I believe that empaths make great entrepreneurs. And I just shared some of the ways that you can use that skill. Another reason that I feel that empaths are great entrepreneurs are that they tend to want to create businesses that make a positive impact on the world. There are lots of businesses that have positive impact, right? And as an empath, there's a tendency for the primary reason of the business to be the impact, and often impacts individuals' lives at a deep level. And not only that, but can often create connection. And that is so needed right now. So the connection back to themselves, to help others connect back to themselves, connection to others around them through relationships, connections in many different ways, connection to spirit and divine. And I have seen over and over again that those are the type of businesses that empaths make and take and create. Now, let's say you are, a realtor. Okay. So I'm just going to use that example because I had a client who was a realtor who made great changes in her business. One of the things that, when we look at real estate, it seems like a very tough profession. For some people, they think, oh, it's so easy. You just put a house on the market and you just sell it. I can tell you that's not true. There's a lot of work that goes into that. But the thing is that there's a lot of negotiation. There's a lot of showing your face. There's a lot of marketing, right? So there's a lot that goes into that, right? Just think about if you have an open house and how many people you have to talk to. And then even potential clients, you present what you're going to do to market their property and why they need to hire you as the realtor. So if this realtor, this client, what she was doing was using a lot of the strategies that she was taught. And it got her to a certain point of success, but she was just getting burnt out and tired and really didn't feel like it was the right way to do business. And she just felt, you know what, maybe this is just not for me. So through our work together, it became clear that she could use still those marketing strategies. It's just how she did them and how she approached them. And I'm going to use the open house as an example. Okay, so when she had an open house, approaching it with that mindset of using her strengths, right? And so we talked about some of her strengths. There are those strengths that are just as being an empath, but there are also strengths that we all each have. Each of us are so unique, right? We have our unique set of strengths, and each of us will approach things differently, which is so amazing. If we were designed a certain way and we use those strengths, that to me is the alignment that we need. That's often missing, right? So she's approached the marketing with a more of an aligned way. And not only did she get better results by connecting deeply with the people that showed up, and that were the right people, by the way, not every single person. She just felt less tired and less burnt out, and she felt more energized, right? And so it wasn't that with our work together that she changed everything about how she ran her business. It's just she kind of did, right? She changed how she approached the thing. So I tell you this because how does this apply to you? You may not be a realtor, okay? And there's something in your life, if you're a business owner, that you're marketing. And if you're not a business owner, even how you're approaching a relationship, that's based on what you've been conditioned to believe is the right way. So you've been conditioned to believe that the way to do this right, correctly, is a certain way, and that just may not be in alignment with who you are and the way you want to be in the world. It's based on your subconscious. It's based on your programming. It's based on your conditioning. The conditioning you received as a child, the conditioning that you received past that reinforced that conditioning, right? What you see around you every single day. Earlier, I was talking about all the noise. So all the noise that's reinforcing certain beliefs, and usually those are the loudest voices, right? And it may not apply to you and your way and your uniqueness and the way that you want to approach the world. So what is that thing for you? If you're an entrepreneur, is there a marketing activity that you're approaching in a way that when you think about it, your body tells you, oh, I hate doing that. I don't want to do that, right? Is there a relationship, right, that you're approaching and you're just, oh, I don't want to do that, right? So ask yourself, what is that? What is that? And how can I change how I approach that activity today? How can I use my strengths so that I'm in alignment when I show up and do this? So we're often looking for the external. We're looking for a different way, a different strategy, tips. Some of the things that people click on all the time is the top tips to do X and X, right? The top strategies. And all of those are beneficial. But it's often that's not what we need. What we need is the internal, how we approach things. So what is it that you need to look at for yourself? Be honest with yourself. And I talk about this a lot, but often, working with someone that can help you uncover what those strengths are, working with someone that can help you see what you're not seeing is so beneficial. I still to this day continue to work with coaches and mentors because they will fast forward my success. They will see things that I can't see, provide accountability, make sure that I follow through. I'm good about doing things and getting things done, right? So my work is more of the internal work often, most of the time. Sometimes I'm just tired and I don't do anything, right? But most of the time it's about the internal work. And so if you are feeling stuck even with this tip that I just gave you about looking at this one thing, start with one thing, and you need to look for support, or you're urged to look for support, reach out to someone. I have a few slots available. If you feel connected to me and you would like to schedule some time for us to connect, reach out. I have a link available in my show notes. If not, seek support. A few weeks ago, I talked about how not asking for help is stopping your success. So if you haven't heard that episode, check that one out. And I am so excited to continue the series on empaths and entrepreneurship. And today how you can be, and why empaths are great entrepreneurs. And what I shared was that you are a deep listener and you can approach marketing in a different way, and that is a more connected way. And you can also do it using your strengths, which is a bonus. So now those are not the only reasons that empaths make great entrepreneurs. I just wanted to share a couple. I don't want to overwhelm your nervous system. I want to share this so you can remember it and utilize it. And so stay tuned. The next few weeks are going to be amazing. I am so excited to share all the wisdom, and I hope that you will be able to benefit from that. And until next time, as always, take good care. Bye. Thank you for joining us for Aligned and Soulful podcast. To view the show notes and all the links that I mentioned in today's episode, please visit alignedandsoulfulpodcast.com. That's also where you can download my free gift, which is an abundance visualization and exercise to help you unlock your abundance. And so also before you go, make sure you subscribe to the podcast so that you can receive new episodes right when they're released. You can subscribe right now in the app that you're listening to this podcast on. And thank you again for joining me for Aligned and Soulful. This is Kavita Melwani. I will see you next time. Until then, take good care. Bye.